Escape the program if you're lazy, distracted, and feel like you're a loser right now. You're right. And there is no easy way out. I know many people trying to get into their victimhood, into their victim mindset, and find a reason why they are not that disciplined, why they are not where they're at. They think some people are more talented, or some people were born with money, or the people who are successful right now are just lucky. But all of that is a game mindset, is weak. And you will never achieve anything if you do not change it. But what I have to say is that there is still somebody out there, or something, or a group of people, or many distractions, could be AI, that wants you to be weak. The reason for that is what I will explain to you in that video. Many people call it the matrix, you can call it whatever. I'll call it the program, because it's programmed into your mind that you are weak and that you are insecure. Why? The big problem we have nowadays is that we are always consumed with information, with distraction, with porn, with media, with junk food, with social media. If you don't use it for making money, you are distracted by it. With comfort, with Netflix. And all of that gives you still some type of dopamine, so you get a kick, and that's why you're not changing it. Because yes, afterwards you feel like a loser. When you're not doing it, you know it's bad for you. But while you're jerking off, while you're watching Netflix, while you're eating that junk food, you feel good. Because it's still a dopamine release in your mind and in your body. That's why many people have that victim mindset, that victimhood. And will always say, yeah, because my life is shit, and I find an excuse for not changing these things. What I will do right now is not only screaming at you and saying that you have to change it, because I know it's not easy, but I will explain to you why people, or a type of group, or the program wants you to stay on that level 1, level 0, to be honest, minus level. To stay a loser, a weak, insecure bitch, never having women adore you or other men respecting you. Because when you understand why something happens and why something is not good for you, your body, your soul, and your whole family, then you might change it. And if not, something is really wrong with you. Okay, why do the program wants you to stay weak, be weak? Why they want weak men in a weak society is very easy. They want money, control, dependence, and they want to fuck up your mind. But why? What is the reason for people who have all of the money in the fucking world still wanting power? That's the thing. If you have everything, you don't need money anymore, but power, control. Another thing is that if we have weak men, we have a weak society, because the only people in this world who can start a revolution are men. I know many people think, no, women are strong and women are independent and they can do whatever the fuck they want. But the only reason, and we go back to the program, why women got so much power, independence, or whoring around, is because of men allowing that. And many people will not understand that point. Just use your fucking smartphone, social media, and think with your mind. It is not that hard to understand that even though some women are intelligent, they will never have the manpower behind them to force freedom. Men gave it to them. Why should men do that? Isn't that a bad thing for themselves? The program. Because for the rich man who now gets more women because he's the rich man, who fucks up the weak man, the broke man, and breaks the unit between man and woman, has a benefit. It's not that hard to understand, because what's happening right now is a weak society, because of weak men, and they create a man with this woman society, because now women hate man hate woman. Something's wrong there, because men and women are only strong together, just like I said, a unit, when we are united. But when we are always distracted, because men are too weak, the other problem is that women got too much independence, too much power, because of the weak men watching porn up, buying their OnlyFans, and they think, why shouldn't I start an OnlyFans? I can get rich with that, help my family, because I don't want to go to a 9 to 5, even though we fought for a 9 to 5. Even though the program just gave them the opportunity to work a 9 to 5, so they could tax more people, go down with the salary, create weak men, broken men, who now cannot provide with his income. So his woman also has to work, That's why they did all of that shit. If you don't understand that, just watch the history and use your fucking mind. And that's why we have a weak society and a man versus woman society. I hope you understood that. That is one thing why they want that. That is the reason why they want you weak. That is the reason why you get no woman or you hate women. But every masculine man, every masculine coach out there understands that we don't hate women, we don't hate you. We want you to change your mindset, become a strong man so you understand women. Because they don't understand themselves and think you have to go in their perspective. Life is about perspective. You as a 15-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old boy, distracted with all of that shit, with no intention from girls. With a girl, 18 years old, getting everything, the whole attention. He just posted the first picture and already 100 to 200 men texting her, liking the picture and wanting to get her everything. You, her. What happens? You getting angry about that person, but it's not her fault. So understand that, and understand that you have to become a strong man, because that will not change. The only way we can change that is by creating strong men again. And that's why the mission is to create masculine warriors. What is a masculine warrior? A gentle warrior. It is about the capability that you can fight and provide for your family, but also know how to handle yourself and be a gentleman on all occasions. The solution for all of that shit that is going on right now in the world is that you have to understand that it will be hard. There is no easy solution. I can't give you a tip on how to change your life in one day, because that's not the reality. All of the successful men you see out there, they are hard. They have a grind mindset. They work every fucking day, go to the gym at the same time, and still managing to find the right girl or anything like that. It is a cut off from all of the distractions. First point, cut off, because you know, just like I said, it will be easier for you cutting these distractions if you know that they are distractions. There are many people who say you should not watch porn. But why? If you do not understand why you need to change something, you try it because people say it's good, and then you will go back to it because you don't really see it as a problem. Many men out there do not understand that they have a problem, that they are fat, that they are consume porn, watch social media. They don't even think liking a half-naked woman on Instagram is a problem. They got no shame. They think it's okay when their name is there. That is shameless. Something is wrong with the society, but you know something is wrong, and that's why you want to change. Understand why. Search. Get your own research on the shit that is going on in this world and become a masculine man. It is about not only looks maxing, but looks maxing your fucking mind. Mind maxing, okay? Daily challenge. Search something that is challenging. Search for a challenge every fucking day. And start with easy challenges, 10 push-ups when you wake up, because then you will feel the difference between this dopamine and the dopamine you get from these push-ups. The push-ups will always feel better, 100%. I can give you money for that, but I will not do that. Next thing, build a why. And I do not mean I want to get rich from a family, because that's what everybody wants. Why do you want to get rich for your family? Where's the deeper reason for you to change your fucking life? Understand yourself, who you are, where you come from, understand your history, be proud of yourself. They want you to forget all of that shit. That's why they show Netflix shows and show that the black person already lived with the white person at the same time, where historical there should be slavery. So nothing makes sense in this world. Understand that. Be smart. That is masculinity. Do not only look like a man, be a man. And being a man is not only about punching people, but understanding life and the world we live in. Number one, the last point is build the man you need. Build the man you want to become and your family needs. I hope you understood in this short video what I wanted to give you. That you need to escape this shit right here. Call it what the fuck you want. But understand that you got a problem and you know it. Face the problem. Step one to change your life is to understand that you have something that is wrong right now in your life. You can change it. You got the capability. But the most important point is delayed gratification. You have to understand, and that's why it is so easy for the program or the people who want the money and the control and the dependence and your mind to control you, because they put you on this program, just like the school, from a young age, give you porn, give you media. Why the fuck they do not, like, if you want to watch porn, you can just go on the fucking website and there's no restriction, nothing. How? You just have to click one fucking button and you see it. Fuck's going on? You see half-naked women everywhere. Think about where we live in. How much power, how much control there is. If they would wanted to you not watching porn, they could do it. But why they give it for free? Why? Understand the word. They program you from a young age. How old were you? How old were the most men when they watched the first porn? 12, 13, 14. Since then, now you're 25. Obviously you're dumb because your dopamine is fucked up. And that's why you have to learn delayed gratification. If you master this, you will master your whole life. You have to understand that you cannot get everything from that second you live. That's the problem with all of this, because if you want to see a good movie, you want to get a good dopamine, you jerk off, or you just watch Netflix for $5 a month. Or you just, I don't know, go to social media. Now, think about how hard it is to do push-ups in the morning, how hard it is to read 5 pages of a book. I understand you. But the only thing I can say or give you is that you have to understand yourself and then wanting to change. If you're okay with being a loser, because it's okay and you think you are enough, or it's cool for you to just jerk off and never get a real girlfriend, or get the desire you want, the car you want, the body you want, the mind you want. If you never want to be truly free, that is okay. I can only wake up the people who are really trying to change. But if you're already in that program, if you're already a slave, then you will always be a slave. Become a masculine warrior, because only then you can become a king.